coming up on today's episode.
Hi, back once again on the Sears Silvertone. This is the one that's I got AM and FM, and it is not working. Bob had me check, make sure all the tubes are lit up, and I did that, and they are. I also, when I stopped the last time, and found out that this checked, or I sprayed it, you can still see a lot of the residue on it, with the control cleaner, and I let it soak really good, and then before I started working on it again, I sprayed it one more time and took a vice grip and slowly worked the control shaft back and forth, and now you can see works really well. So happy about that. We've got a spider here. I'm not sure what he's doing there, or what he thinks he's doing there, I should say. I don't think he's alive. Make sure. Nope, he's not alive. But he can just hang around there. I don't care. So here's what I've done. I wanted to make sure. First thing I did was put the BDST on the this tab right here, which happens to be the high side of the volume control. And as such, you should be able to hear radio coming through that if there's a problem with the audio. And if you don't, then it either means you have no radio or something else. I think it's something else in this, but really didn't make much progress other than find out we do have voltage going into the set at the pin 7, and I'll point this out on the video on a schematic so you can see it. Pin 7 of the rectifier, which is the output. We have 265 volts. And if you go up to the plate of the 6V6, the output tube, you have 264 volts. Not much current flowing. Obviously some problem somewhere that current is not flowing. Now there's a couple of things. There is a, let me see if I can get you in a little better for the picture here. This is your filter cap. I think this is our main filter cap one coming. This goes directly to pin 7 of the rectifier, and it goes through another one of these fusible resistors to the other side here, and both of those measure the same, 265. So again, no current flow there. This third pin of the what do you call it, doesn't do much. I couldn't get much out of it. Some millivolts is all I could get. 400 millivolts, something like that. So that's about what, a half volt. If that has anything to do. Now there is another larger resistor up here, as you can see. I have not checked that yet. I will do that before I go call it a night. But if this one was bad, that would probably knock out a lot too. So we'll check that one, make sure that one's good. Okay, from last night we did our checks and everything like that. We left off wanting to get this power cord changed, and I have done so now. You see I have my UL not there, and everything is connected as it was, or should be, I should say. And so with that in place, I've got the other end hooked up to the output of the Variac, the variable one. So what we're going to do is, where we left off last night was, let's go up here. So I think what you can see here is two things that I have want to actually show you. Get my pointer. This is the resistor that it was in question last night. I did measure that, and it measures open. This is, according to Bob, this is a 1000 ohm 10 watt resistor, and it goes between the two legs of the filter capacitor. That's what we're measuring. As you can see, I've got the fluke up here, You can see that it's in voltage mode and it's on the 2000 volt range, so I should be able to get my 265 if it shows up here and here. So let me get this all fired up and ready to go, and so look, we can get this show on the road. If I put it here, I get 0, but if I put it here, you can see it's 268, I think is what that says. So this is open. You can see there, with it there, it's there. The voltage is there. With there, it is not there. So this resistor is open. So basically, on this one, that's about all further we can go. Like I said, we have our cord is changed. This resistor basically is the other main power rail for the radio. The other end of the 265, it feeds the plate of the audio output, and I think the other source, voltage source, which is the one coming from this resistor or through this resistor, feeds the rest, basically the rest of the radio. So all right, that's going to do it for this segment of the 4 radios. So we'll go to the next one now and see what's up with it. So this is the 3D tube I printed up to replace the original red one here, wherever it's got to. You can see there, it's the same color code coming out of there. Red is only it's the 47 instead of the 40. The blue is 22 instead of a 20. And the green is a 4.7. Black, of course, is common. Like I said, I just got it rerouted, routed basically the same way as it was. Of course, all the connections are heat shrunk. So that should hold it very well. Obviously, that's a cap that needs replacing. If we look over here, we can find a couple more here that will need replacing. This couplet here, I'm not really sure. Well, really nothing you can do with them. I mean, unless you want to address the individual components inside there, which, you know, I don't think there's a problem with it. I hope not, anyway. To look at it, like I said, that's what I got going so far, and I will change out the capacitors that you can see there, and we'll come back one more time and see if that improved anything at all. Alright, well, you can see GE is fixed as far as that is the local station. I've got to keep my hand on the antenna to keep it coming in. See what happens if I let go of it. I've got this extra on here, but it really only helps if I touch it there. But you can see it does pick up. Alright, well, you can see now it's cleared up quite a bit. That soldering iron is noisy as all get up. But it does pick up the local station pretty good. Obviously, I've got the original 12AV6 back in this one. I got it off the Westinghouse, so I could test this. So I'm very pleased with that. I'll clean that volume pot. I think that's about it on that. There's a few capacitors that need to be changed.
But I did say to go. You didn't have to listen though. The left bank and this.
So happy about that. The waves turned out, and next thing up is going to be doing the same to the Westinghouse as far as getting the filter capacitor changed. So it's just the two 40 and the 20, which I'm replacing again with 47 and 22, and I do have those as well. Alright, we are on the Westinghouse now. I don't know if you can tell that or not. I guess you can, because it is a little bit different than the GE. I don't know if you can see the filter caps I replaced there in the middle of the board there, just by the volume control, but they are there on top, and this was what was in there before. You can see that's the way it's laid out. The square is 40 microfarad at 150. The triangle is 20 at 150. The N is common negative. I've got them back like they're supposed to be. I think this is the 47 right here, and that's the 22. And so those are in the correct position, and I believe they're going to work, I hope. There were some bad solder joints on the bottom of the board, and I did touch those up. Like I said, got it plugged into the isolation transformer. And let's see if we can get anything out of this thing. Let the tubes warm up a little bit. So we'll see what we got. After we hear some noise coming out. If we hear any noise coming out. Oh, that's noise. Not sure what that is. Oh, I hear something. I guess that's the local station, because that's all we got with the GE. Not sure what that squeal is. Yep, that's the local station. So, that's working. Seems nice and quiet now other than the little squealing noise. I can try, I still got at least one capacitor that I can see to replace. The rest of them are disc, and there's a couplet on there. But I don't see anything else. Unless there's anything on the bottom. I don't think there was anything at all on the bottom. But basically this one here. And that was it. Right there, one. So, like I said, the disc never very seldom go bad. And, you know, I doubt if they do. There's two of those in there, though. That one right there by the tuning capacitor, and one over there by the tube, by the speaker lead. So, I don't know if you can even see what I'm talking about, but it's over there. You can barely see the edge of it there by that tube. But, like I say, get the squeal out of it. But it's got something to do with, I think, the volume.
One of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt.
Oh, that was our problem.
They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
Don't ask me why, but it's when it was messing around with that couplet there. You can hear that buzz when I touch that couplet. Oh, I wonder if that would be feedback. Yeah, I never thought about that. Maybe the audio coupling cap is in that couplet, and that output coming across that wire would be feedback. I wonder if that might be it. Huh. Like I say, that's good. It's working. I think that's probably as good as these kind of radios will work. But I guess we could tune around a little bit and just see. This one seems to be a little bit more lively than the GE was. I do have the soldering station off now because I knew how that worked on the GE. There you go, there's another station. Trying to see if I can tell what the station is. The strongest station I have away from here probably is WHAS out of Louisville, 84. That's a possibility that is that. Yep, that's what that is. That's WHS on here. I'm talking about the Watterson and stuff like that down in Louisville. So, all right, we are back once again on the Westinghouse. This is it right here. There's the last, or the only, I should say, wax paper capacitor that was in here. See if we can get this up here so you can see it. 0.047. And we're going to match it up to a new capacitor code. And let's go up here to our screen. Alright, so you can see up on the screen we have the calculator for our code number for a capacitor. Now the capacitor number, or the capacitor value of that was, once again, 0.047 microfarad, as you can see, MFD right there. So we're going to type that in to our little calculator here, and it is set to microfarad, as we see right there. So let's highlight that, 0.047, and convert. 473. Now, as we have seen, that works fairly well. And this is the one, as a matter of fact, right there. I think you can see that, I hope. 473. Alright, we did cut this one out from right here. And this is one lead here, and the other one was soldered to the board. It was just easier to unsolder it. You can see right there that I unsoldered it, and so we'll put the new one in its place. I'm not really sure of why this thing was mounted like this. I don't really know if that was important or not, or if it was just a time-saving measure or what. So I'm kind of torn between unsoldering it and just putting it in across there where it's supposed to be. So for now, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and just unsolder this and then put the capacitor in. Well, we can actually install it up a little higher than the board. I will put some insulators on the wire itself, and once you see, I think you'll agree that's the correct way to do it. So we'll be right back. Alright, what you can see is this is one spot right here. There's the other spot right there that we have soldered in. And if we turn over the chassis a little bit here so we can see it. So see, that's how I've got it mounted. That's not exactly the way it was, but it's up off the board. If that mattered at all, I don't think it did. But you can see it is mounted up off the board and in place as it should be. And like I said, there's a disc cap right there, but I don't see any other. There's some resistors there, not very many of them either. And I already replaced the filter caps. Let's get to a real quick test here and see how she operates and go from there. Alright, I do have it plugged in now. I don't have it turned on, so let's turn it on. That was fairly uneventful. And see what comes up. We'll turn the volume up a little bit. This is hooked up to the isolation transformer. And we do have sound coming out. We can move it. Yeah, it's touching that coupling cap again. That was the problem we had before. I've got to see if I can't reroute that some way. Get away from that cap. Some of this stuck to the magnet here. Alright, obviously that's the local station.
First forwards, then backwards. It's fun with a little gravy on top. Get tickets at holidayworld.com.
Need to clean that too. Local station comes in really good, and like I said, we did get WHS out of Louisville, which is pretty good for a little 4-2 radio, I think. So, gonna have to say that's a success. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together. I don't really think there's any need to align it. I think it's pretty much as peaked as it's gonna get for a radio, you know, a 4-tube wonder.
WCCB FM and 1390 AM.
Very, very clear sound.
So they say it's but a game and they let it slip away.
So we're going to call that a success. I still got, like I said, we're going to clean the volume control, but other than that, I think it's a done deal. So that's going to do me for this one. This knob here has to be fixed. That is one other thing. This one here is ready to be fixed. I've got it cleaned around the, I don't know how you can see that, but I used alcohol day before yesterday, I can't remember, and cleaned that all up. So that's ready to be epoxied, and I do have the epoxy here, as you can see. I don't know how good this stuff is. First time I ever bought it. Thought we'd try it and see. But I want to do this one, and then I've got to do this one as well. You can see it's a little bit loose. It's not completely broke, but I think a little of that epoxy will go a long way to fix that one as well. So we'll do that, and that should do us on these. And like I say, next time we come back, will be the final episode of our 4-into-1. And like I said, that will get us all caught up, and I believe all done with our radios. So happy about that. This thing's been a good adventure, and as I put out a video today on our trip that we're going to be leaving on next week, and next week, well, a week from today, today's Saturday, so a week from today we'll be leaving on that, and it probably will be maybe mid to late mid to late September before we continue on any of this. And so, like I said, you probably won't even see this until then. Just in case, I may be able to get this done today, and if I do, then I'll go ahead and post this and get it ready to go, and probably posted sometime this week. I'm in no hurry to do it. I just want to have something up there, and we'll go from there. So